Hey, what's up, Paul? This is a quick demo video for you for your Raxus Starkiller with Goth Master Chassis. This is something that you had me purchase all the parts for. So I got the actual hilt from Corbanth. So thank you for that, Randy, because I do not have any more of these. And I purchased all the parts from Goth's site for the actual master chassis. Usually I start off the demo by going through the chassis, and then we put a battery in and we put a blade in it. I'm going to go a little bit backwards this time. I started off with a blade in it. Reason I'm doing that is because this has an external kill switch, so I wanted to show that. All right, but you got the Goth chamber add-on as well. So you requested everything to be clean, though the bars and the shrouds here, they already came heat stained like that. So you and I talked about that already. But other than that, I left everything clean. You've got that brass piece in there with a crystal. This is a 2-button setup, so front will be power, back will be auxiliary. You've got a Carl Chen V4 Neopixel connector in there. The blade plug, or I'm sorry, not blade plug, the blade retention screw is in this guy right here. So what you do, it's a little bit different than the V1 Raxus. You want to unscrew that. When you do, and you look in there, you'll see that little set screw right on top there, right next to my pinky. So you want to back that up and make sure that's out of the blade socket, and then you can come in here and put in a 7/8 inch blade. All right, so we'll just slide that blade down in here. Normally you would come through and tighten that up. We can tighten it up a little bit, but actually my blade is pretty tight in there. And then put this back on. All right, there you go. Now, Rick over at Goth Designs made the kill switch for this externally accessible. So you would slide down this panel, which exposes your secondary chamber right there. And that little greebly right there, that's your kill switch. So all you want to do is take it from one side and flip it to the other. That will set off both of your crystals. So as you can see, I got them both doing a little something different. So you've got some different animations in there until we come over here and hit power. Now you've got that rotating plasma gate in there. Your main crystal goes solid, but I wanted this one to kind of pulse. And of course, it's lighting up your blade very well. All right, so we can come over here and close this panel. It's on magnets. Auxiliary back here for blaster bolt deflex. Blade lockup is holding the auxiliary button down and hitting the saber. You see that right here. And you've got twist off. Now if you want to play your soundtrack, do a long press on the power. All right, do another long press to turn it off, just like that. All right, this has just my sound font on it for now. There is a copy of the config file on the SD card, so you can see exactly what I did there, and you can build from that. There are 4 blade styles per font, but I labeled each blade style, so you'll know exactly what it is and exactly what it does. All right, so again, we'll fire it up. And we'll go ahead and take our blade out of it. So again, take this top greebly off, loosen up that blade retention grub screw a little bit, and slide your blade out. Mine's a little tight. So if your blade is a little bit tight, I would suggest giving it just a little bit of sanding so it goes in there freely and you can know when you touch those pins. These ones. All right. If you don't want to do that and you want to keep your blade tight, sometimes what I would suggest doing is turning on the saber while you put your blade in. You'll know exactly when you hit those pins because your blade will light up. You don't want to just go jamming the blade in every time. All right, so we've got this here. When we want to turn it off, we'll slide this panel back down, turn it on from here, come back over here and flip the kill switch back. And it cuts power off. All right, and then when we're done, we can slide this back into place. And now let's go over your actual chassis, which is kind of the highlight of this build. put this handle off to the side. And here is your actual chassis, if we can zoom in on that. Alright, so you've got your secondary chamber here. We've got the kill switch over here that we saw from the outside. Flipping it on and off from here, or flipping it back off. When you rotate it over here, this piece right here is on magnets. So you can have it slid up if you like, or you can slide it down and it will stay down there with magnets. It's just a little bit of something to play with that Rick put on here, you know, for some added coolness. So up or down, either way, and it will stay in place. All right, you've got your battery right here. So this is a removable 18650. And one thing I forgot to put on here was the back part. Sorry, I had this on my desk. Normally you would have this guy slid in right here. It's on magnets. 4 magnets hold it in. So 2 over here and 2 over here. This is something that you'll need to slide off so that you can come on this side and push your battery out. You just put your finger right there, push it out, and then you can take the battery out like that. And that's what the battery compartment looks like. All right, so try to hide all your wires there. But you do have access to your SD card and your micro USB when you slide that piece back. And that's what that looks like. All right, what else do we got going on here? There's a lot. 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. When putting the battery back in, the leaf spring is back here, so it goes towards the secondary crystal chamber. All right, and then we'll slide this back on just like that, and then put your handle back on. Before I end the video, I did put a few LEDs on top of the board, so let me show you those real quick. They're wired in line with the main blade, so when we have this on, alright, when we turn this on, that's when you get the shine through up here. That's in sync with your main blade. Alright, and that's what that looks like, and we'll cut it off with the kill switch there and take the battery out. But that, sir, is basically your Raxus SK with Goth Master chassis. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out in the mail to you by tomorrow. Thanks, man.